Welcome everyone, my name is Nicole and today we have about a 45-minute full body flow. We'll start with some standing sun salutation like movements, and then we will work our way down to the floor and end in a Savasana. So, if that sounds peachy keen to you, let's start at the top of our mat. Let's root down through our feet. Notice how you're placing your weight. Toes point forward. A little bend in your knees. Engage your core. Roll your shoulders up and down. Palms face forward. And we have our Samacite here. Tadasana. Take a few moments to connect to your breath. Breathe deeply in the nose and out the nose. A few more just like that. And let's bring our hands to prayer, a heart center. Maybe set an intention for the class. Maybe just a word that pops into your mind, that something you like to see more of in your life. And then drop the hands down. Inhale the fingers high. And swan dive, bending the knees a whole bunch. Coming all the way down. Dropping the head. Inhale, halfway look up. Pull length with your fingertips, or you could be up on a block here. And exhale, fold. Inhale, fingers high. 2 more times, just like that. Swan dive on the exhale. Knees bent, inhale. Fingers, shin, blocks, floor. Halfway, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to the sky. Last time, swan dive. Exhale. Inhale. Look up. Exhale, fold. And then inhale all the way to the top. And here, a little bend in your knees. They're going to prepare for a chair. Reach down, touch the floor, and then fingers to the sky. And you can bring your weight a little more into your heels. It's not coming forward, kind of bringing that weight back a little bit. Breathing, warming up. One more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to fold over, hands through prayer, through center to the earth. Inhale, halfway look up. And then step back into plank, pausing at the top. Take a few breaths here. Core engage, pressing down strongly with the hands. So you're not just sinking, lowering the knees for a little less intensity. And then elbows in, lower all the way down. Roll your shoulders away from your ears, up and down your back here. Inhale, baby cobra, no arms. Lift the chest. Take a few breaths. Notice how you rise a little on the inhale and sink a little on the exhale. And then hands under shoulders. Curl your toes under. We're going to lift back up into plank. And then exhale, pull back. Hips high for downward dog. Keeping the knees bent a whole bunch. Check between your hands. Make sure that they are not rolling out to one side or the other. Pressing strongly with your full palm, fingers down and away. Maybe pedal out the feet. Take some deep breaths. Drop the head. And then we're going to inhale right toes to the sky and prepare for the step through, coming up on the ball of the back foot, shifting knee to navel, coming through between your hands. You can use blocks to help that step through, give you a little more space. And once we're here, turn your back heel down. Engage your legs as we inhale up into warrior one. So sinking down, front thighs rolling slightly out so I can see my big toe when I look down. Sending energy strongly out the back heel, and then a slight squeezing together sensation of my legs, keeping everything drawing in, active. And you can raise your fingers to the sky, or if you like, you could just rest them down, focusing on the legs here. One more deep breath in. And then we're going to come down over our front foot. Turn your back heel up. Plank. Pause, take a breath in. Elbows in on the exhale. All the way down. Now, interlace the fingers behind your low back. Pick your shoulders up. Roll them down your back as you pull your fists to the back of the room. Lifting your chest, lifting your toes. 3 deep breaths. One more deep inhale and release. Rest your forehead on your hands. Take a few deep belly breaths here. Invite in a little relaxation. And then hands under shoulders. Inhale, lift through plank. Exhale, pull back and up. Downward dog. Deep breaths here. And then left toes to the sky. Coming up on the ball of the back foot, knee and the navel. Curling in, stepping through. And then turning the back heel down. Engaging, squeeze those legs together. Coming up into warrior one. Front thighs rolling out. Pressing out strongly through that back heel. Slightly towards like the corner of your mat here for the torso. It was kind of taut before, squaring it over. Do whatever you want, but this is going to be maybe a little more comfortable for you. not squared. And then hands high or resting down. And inhale, fingers to the sky, and then exhale, come down over your front leg, lift the back heel, step into plank. Take a couple of breaths, pressing down strongly through the hands, a little micro bend in the elbows. And then elbows in, lower, all the way down. Bring your forearms out in front of you for Sphinx pose. Pressing down, drawing in, getting nice and long here. So it's in and away, so you can broaden across your heart there. And let's pick one leg up. See if you can reach it back further, set it down. Same with the other, pick it up, reach it back further, set it down. And turn your left forearm in. Kick your right toes in. And then reach or lasso it with the belt and draw your heel in. And you can kind of keep the resistance, or if you need to rotate the shoulder, just really going to depend on your level of flexibility. Don't overdo it, and don't go too little either. Don't go too soft. Somewhere in the middle. All right, go ahead and release, and we're gonna switch using our right forearm's gonna turn in, so elbows under shoulder, kicking the left toes in and then reaching around, lassoing the foot, creating a little resistance here as you draw that heel in. Maybe you turn the fingers around, rotate the shoulder, elbow up, but it's probably good. And then go ahead and release. Hands under shoulders. Roll them up and back. Lift your knees, core engaged, and press up. Back in a downward dog. Several breaths here. Hips high. Always keeping the knees bent, not really focusing on straight legs, as it's be more important to have your hips and spine, your hips high, your spine long. And then right toes to the sky. Coming up on the wall of the back foot, stepping through between your hands, turning the back foot out, maybe a little wider this time as we're going to prepare to come into warrior two. Engaging, coming up, cartwheeling the arms. Those arms out. And then do a little sway here to side. And see if you can find the right shoulders over hips. And look out over your middle finger. Then back hand down the back leg. Reverse your warrior. Right fingers reach up and back, arc back, but stay low in the lunge. And inhale, come up. Both arms extend, straighten your front leg. Reach out, 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 over that front leg till you can't go anymore. And then your hand comes down on a block, the shin, the earth. Doing what you need to do for your stance. Might need to shorten it a smidge. And then left hand to your heart. Roll open through your chest and raise that left hand to the sky. Trikonasana. And then that left hand floats down over your front foot. Turn your back heel up. Step into plank. Inhale at the top. Exhale, elbows in. Lower all the way down. Now you can do baby cobra. No arms. You can have your hands. Draw back a little more as you inhale up into upward dog. Knees lift. Everything lifts. Just your hands and your toes. And then curling over your toes to come into downward dog. A few breaths. Maybe pedal at the feet some more. And then left toes to the sky. Coming up on the ball of the back foot. Knee and the navel. Step through. Turn your back heel. Maybe a little more. Warrior two. Engage. Come up. Out. And then maybe work the legs a little here. Sway side to side. You can align your shoulders over your hips. And then with the legs, there's a slight squeezing in and up sensation on the inhale. And the exhale is a slight drop, pressing away. Very little movements. You can exaggerate them more, but kind of gives you something to work on, think about, so you're not just hanging out, burning out. And then hand on the back leg, up and over, reverse your warrior. Stay low. And then inhale, come up, straightening the legs, both arms extend. Shorten the stance if you need to. Hips turn slightly so you're not completely facing the long edge. Returning, we're reaching over that front leg and then come down on a block, the earth, the shin, rolling your chest open, helping with that right hand, that shoulder, and then raising your right hand to the sky. You can always stay looking down if your neck bugs you. And then come down over that front leg, back heel turns up, plank, pause again at the top, several breaths. And then exhale, lower all the way. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. You can do baby cobra or upward dog. And then pull back. Exhale for downward dog. And then look between your hands, bend in your knees, walk, step, hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway, look forward, and exhale, forward fold. You can have your feet together or hips width, and grab opposing elbows here. Knees can be bent like crazy, so you can just relax your head and neck. You'll sway side to side. And then fingers down. Look forward again. A little bend in those knees, hands to hips, and come all the way to standing. We're going to do a little balance pose here, tree. So, let's start with the left leg. Check it out. See if you can spread those toes. Can be our balancing foot. So let's just, come in a little playful and start here, and maybe just place a foot right above the ankle. That way you could step out if you need to, or if you need a wall, feel free to find a wall, or bring the knee up, turn it out, grab the ankle and place it above the knee. Kind of create some resistance here, pressing, like engaging your left thigh and then the foot. So they're kind of pressing into one another. So I'm not loosey-goosey. I'm engaged, my core is engaged, and then you can have hands in prayer. You can raise your hands overhead. You can blow in the wind. And then hands back to prayer. If you're blowing in the wind, and go ahead and come out. Shake it out. We're going to do the other side. Placing our awareness in our foot first. Placing our weight evenly. A little bend in that knee. So we don't try to stress out about the balance. I think sometimes we just put so much pressure on ourselves that that we just constantly fall out, especially when you're in a class setting and there's others around. Yeah, it's okay. So either place your foot above your ankle and your thighs rolling out. So your knee is not pointed forward, it's out to the side. And then maybe you want to come up and then turn your knee out, grab the ankle, and then place your foot above the knee. Kind of creating that resistance. Hands in prayer. Everything's engaged. You can raise your fingers to the sky. You can blow in the wind. I think it's a windy day here, so it's appropriate. And then you can go ahead and come on out. Beautiful. All right, so let's come back to the top of our mat. Inhale, fingers to the sky. And exhale, swan dive all the way over. And then feet under hips, and we'll go ahead and take the backs of the hands down. Stand on our palms. Toes to wrist crease, and you can just bend your knees as much as you need to make this happen, and then you can straighten to whatever degree. Elbows come out to the side, just whatever works comfortable for you. We're just releasing our hands, our wrist here. And then go ahead and release those bad boys. Step back into plank. And we're going to roll to the left side. Do a side plank. You can bring this top leg out as a kickstand to help you balance. And then that right hand raises to the sky. You can look up, or in any pose, you can always just look down if your neck's feeling crunchy. And then that hand's gonna come down. We're gonna roll to the other side. You can use that left foot as a kickstand again if you'd like. Left fingers to the sky. And then come back to plank. Knees wide, toes touch. Send your hips back towards your feet. You can use your hands to help with that. And then rest your head down on the block or the earth. And take some breaths here in child's pose. Look forward, and then we're gonna shift forward onto all fours, preparing for pigeon pose. So we're gonna draw our right knee behind our right wrist, turn that foot in at an angle some so that your toes are now pointing towards your left hip, and then scooch the back leg out. Maybe stick a block under that right hip if this is crazy uncomfortable, intense for you. And then as you, over time, work, then the pelvis settles down. Still engaged. I'm still squeezing. I can still lift off if I needed to. I haven't just come and collapsed in any of this. So we're gonna squeeze, lift, inhale, fingers high, and then exhale, go ahead and forward fold now over that front leg if you'd like, or just stay high breathing with that block tucked under there, focusing on keeping our pelvis squared to the short edge of the mat, not rolling off one way or the other. We're going to spend several breaths here. So try to find a place that you can breathe comfortably. This is not like your edge. Wherever you feel the sensations, just imagine as you are breathing, you're sending that breath there. See if you can't kind of create that connection that will allow you to relax a little, allow those muscles to relax a little, allow you to go deeper with ease. All right, now to lift up, get a little tall here, look up, and then let your hips drop off to the right. Remove that block if it was there. You can draw your left leg all the way around, so you can do a little seated twist here. You can extend this bottom leg out if your knee bothers you. Take a moment to find an even seat on both sitting bones. Engage your core. Pull up nice and long to begin with, and then the left hand comes behind. Inhale, raise your right fingers to the sky. Really get tall. Use that as an assist for length, and then core engage as you begin to twist. You kind of come forward, hooking that knee, and then re-straightening, looking over that left shoulder. And if that's all like a lot, then just engage, hook that knee, look over your left shoulder, breathe in length, and then think twist on the exhale, but it's nothing forced, just little micro twists. Then just turn your head back, keeping everything else. And then head back to center. And everyone come undone here. We're gonna scoot the legs around, come back into table. Shake it out if you like here. And then that left knee comes behind the left wrist. And turn those toes in towards that right hip here. And then begin to scooch the back leg out. Taking that block under the left hip this time if you used it on the other side. Making sure we are still engaged, lift off, inhale, fingers to the sky. And then if you like now, go ahead and forward fold over those legs. Or just stay high, breathing into your sensations. Right. Inhale, hands under shoulders, lifting up, and then moving that block if it's there, and drawing that right leg all the way around, hooking it over your left knee, taking a moment to sit evenly, shaking it out some. Right fingertips behind, engaging our core, left fingers high, really reach. And then kind of coming forward, and then you hook, reach straight in, look over that right shoulder, just clasp that knee. Whatever works best for you. Whatever you can feel the most lifted in. And then keeping the twist, just turn your head back. A few more breaths. And then back to center. Go ahead and come undone. Bringing the legs around. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana here. Soles of the feet touch. Press strongly into one another. Reach your fingers behind. Lift up. Get nice and long. Maybe scooch a little closer to your feet. Maybe not. And then open them like a book. Pull your chest forward. Breathe. You want to keep the energetics of your feet pressing together and pulling into you. Lean back some and extend the feet out. So we're in a wide-legged stance now, pressing the heels into the floor, flexing out the balls of the feet, toes spreading or trying to spread. That's something I've been working on, hardcore working on. So proud. All right. Down, heels drawing down, and engage. And then you can keep your fingertips behind you, breathing, or you can come fingertips out in front. Or if you have the mobility, you can lay all the way down. Go ahead and come back up. Turn over your right leg. You can kind of help with your fingers here. And then fold. Coming forward. Nice, long chin lifting. And then I can't come forward anymore. And I'll go ahead and drop my head from there. And then let's walk through center, twisting over the other leg. And then back through center, coming on up. And then we're going to lean back. You have your hands under your knees, gently coming out. Extending the legs long now. Keeping a bend there so we can touch our torso to our thighs. Grab our feet. And then only straighten the legs as much as we can maintain this nice contact here. So maybe we just stay, maybe we just come a little bit more forward. breathing. And when you really can't come forward or you found your place, then you can go ahead and drop the head down. And then just imagine sending breath from your base of your spine all the way to the tip of your head and then back down several rounds like that. Inviting in relaxation with the breath. And then inhale, lift your chin, core engaged, come on out. And we're prepared to lay down onto our backs now. Go ahead and draw your knees up for some just last minute stretching here before Savasana. Cactus the arms, feet as wide as the mat, and just tick-tock the knees off one way. Inhale through center, exhale off the other way. And extend your left leg long, draw your right knee into your right armpit. Pause and take a few breaths here. And draw the knee to your left armpit. Pausing just for a moment, breath or two. And hooking those toes in your knee crease and then drawing the leg across the body. Reaching to the right, looking to the right. Come back through center. Come undone. Realign. And extend the right leg long as you draw your left knee into your left armpit. Pausing and breathing for a moment here. And then we're gonna draw the knee towards your right armpit. Pause for just a moment. And then hook the toes in the knee crease and draw the leg across the body. Reach, look to the left. And then inhale back to center. The feet in Baddha Konasana. So feet of the soles touch. And then land knees, fall open. You can have your hands on your inner thighs. And then as you're ready, begin to straighten the legs out along the floor. And then feet turn open and the palms turn up and the shoulders gently roll under. And congratulations, Savasana. Take any adjustments here that are going to bring you more comfort and ease in the next several minutes that we spend here. Letting go, breathing into any sensations that come up, and just allowing this time to integrate your practice. I will sit and hold space and guide you out in just a few. Deepen your breath. Yeah, if you'd like to come out or stay as long as you like. Roll to your right side and pause for just a moment. Coming back to yourself and then using your hands to push yourself back to a seated position. Pausing for a moment, considering the beginning of class and considering how you feel now and not worrying if it's better or worse, and just feel grateful that you showed up for yourself. Thank you for practicing with me. The light within me sees and recognizes the light within you. Take care.